independence of the media. The President of Liberia, President Charles Coffey, asserts that all funds provided by donors were done consistent with standards and operating procedures provided the grantee and by grant-making organizations. The Charles B. Coffey administration as the President of Liberia has implemented since its incumbency activities-based protests from reputable grant-making organizations, including Internews, United States Aid for International Development, UNDP, through the Liberia Peace Building Office, ECOWAS, and UNESCO. Meanwhile, the President of Liberia is calling on those of its members engaged in deliberate falsehood against the Union to immediately desist or face the consequences of the Union's Code of Ethics and Constitution. The Union warns that while it encourages criticisms of its financial reports, willfully misrepresenting the facts contained therein amounts to not being truthful and in total disregard for the very principles of ethical journalism. Reports say a 38-year-old man has killed his friend in Tapeta, Nimba County. According to a report, Sam Wakali was hit with a stick by Dela Duen following bitter exchanges between the two, thus leading to his instant death. An eyewitness account disclosed that the alleged perpetrator, Dakle, had gone to claim a debt of 1,500 Liberian dollars from Samuel when an argument ensued. Meanwhile, 28-year-old Dela Duen has been detained at a local police station in Tapeta, awaiting court trial. Deputy House Speaker Prince Moi has called for unity and togetherness among journalists assigned at the National Legislature. Deputy Speaker Moi said journalists must speak with one voice as a medium where Liberians are fully abreast of happening at the National Legislature. He made a comment in Buchanan, Grand Bassa County over the weekend during a retreat organized by legislative reporters. The Deputy Speaker, however, assured members of Legispool of the National Legislature full support towards capacity building programs. The Bond County lawmaker during the weekend at a two-day retreat encouraged legislative reporters to do more in their reportage. For his part, Legispool President Musa Kenan said the 2 days retreat was intended to acquaint reporters assigned at the Liberian Legislature of basic effective legislative news gathering with emphasis on skills and techniques. First Lady Claudia has pledged to ensure the upliftment of disadvantaged people in the country in her capacity as First Lady. First Lady Weah promised to restore the dignity of the hopeless who are seen to be languishing in abject poverty. Speaking recently in a live telephone program in New York, the Liberian First Lady said it was frustrating for many Liberians to be begging in the streets as a result of the severe crisis that led them to such condition. She indicated that her Clap Hope Foundation will further help reduce that barrier and also respond to several social problems. She at the same time re-echoed her commitment to buttressing the government's pro-poor agenda. Former Monserrado County senatorial candidate Sheikh Kuyate has stressed the need for coordination and collaboration among young Liberians in moving the country forward. Sheikh Kuyate, who now serves as chairman on resource mobilization for State 55, said young people must now wake up and try to be supportive towards the future of Liberia. He wants young Liberians to emulate the footsteps of young world leaders who are today leading their country to prosperity. He at the same time expressed explicit confidence in the leadership ability of President George Weah. Sheikh Kuyate was speaking over the weekend when he was invited as guest lecturer by the Union of Conscious Africans in Monrovia. Bowman County Senior District Representative Edwin Snow has promised to drag his campaign musical ambassador to court for alleged character defamation. Snow was alleged to have attempted sodomizing his May the 20th campaign music ambassador during a party held July 26 at his Pullman Farm residence in Tottenham. The allegation was leveled via the social media against the Senior District lawmaker following Dominic Mark Johnson alias MD plus J's late-night interactions with the representative, where the musician indicated Snow requested to have sexual intercourse with him that night. Representative Snow has vowed to set precedents on his campaign music ambassador, terming the act as embarrassing and regrettable, while rejecting any link to gay activities in the country. Snow has also refused extending an apology to family members of the musician and remained persistent on his decision to pursue legal actions. He told a team of journalists at a police station in Tottenham Friday he would not relent, but to set an example on the musician to deter critics from defaming his character. Snow has meanwhile clarified the rumors linking Bowman County Senator Sanno Johnson to masterminding the act of Dominic, stating the rumor is untrue based on a telephone conversation with Senator Johnson. He was quoting Senator Johnson, who refused having any knowledge of the act. Following police preliminary investigation Friday, Dominic Johnson, who pleads for mercy, expressed regrets over his action, terming as a lie he formulated to entrap the lawmaker. The musician claimed he was under the influence of alcohol and was also angry over Snow's failure to pay him a $75,000 Liberian dollars and a $300 United States dollars against his music and video productions for the campaign. Though the musician persists having close conversations with Representative Snow that night, he admitted there were no such discussion as published on his Facebook page. At the same time, Bowman County Police Commander Gustin Ali said Dominic Mark Johnson has been charged with criminal malevolence and criminal coercion. Ali cautioned the public against statements that have the propensity to defame the character of any Liberian, especially public officials. The case is expected to be forwarded to court today, while musician Dominic Mark Johnson remains in police cells in Tottenham, Bowman County. And Grand Bassa County Superintendent John J. Bakbe has threatened the arrest of marketers that will be caught selling along the streets of Buchanan City. The statement by Superintendent Bakbe comes as a result of complaints made by the Grand Bassa Marketing Superintendent Cide Tartas that several business people have refused to sell in the various market buildings, but rather on the main streets. Madam Cide Tartas said the refusal of marketers to sell in the various market buildings is creating embarrassment for other business people, stating that only a few marketers are often found in various market buildings. But Superintendent John J. Bakbe, speaking at the official launch of the We Have a Clean City campaign in Buchanan during the weekend, warned those doing business on the streets to desist or risk being arrested. According to Superintendent Bakbe, major streets are often filthy as a result of men and business people who refuse to carry their goods in the market buildings for transaction. He, however, stated that beginning Monday, anyone caught selling on major streets will be arrested, while at the same time instructing the Buchanan City Corporation to take charge of the mandate. Those were stories contained in the news bulletin.
Many thanks, Augustine Bill Corley, for the news bulletin. Augustine is back here later on to bring you for developments. It's 50 minutes past 6 o'clock in Monrovia. If you just joining us, listening to news on OKFM 99.5. My name is Trocon Freeman presenting. Now, top stories this morning. JFK management terms as fake. Rumors circulating in the public suggesting there is a confirmed Ebola patient admitted at the hospital. Representative Edwin Snow threatens court action against a man who recently accused him of attempted sodomy. Says he's not a gay. Reports say Detective A-year-old man has killed a friend in Tapeta, Nema County. And away from Liberia, at least 22 people have died after a powerful earthquake hit the Indonesian island of Lombok. As Venezuelan President Nicolas Maduro says, the perpetrators of what he says was an assassination attempt against him will face maximum punishment. We're taking a break. To be right back. Thanks for rejoining the program. Let's begin on this note where there are reports that a 38-year-old man has killed his friend in Tapeta, Nema County. According to the report, the Samuel Colley was hit with a stick by Adela Dua and following bitter exchanges between the two, thus leading to his instant death. An eyewitness account disclosed that the alleged perpetrator Dela had gone to the claim to claim a debt of $1,500 Liberian from Samuel. An argument ensued. This is how eyewitness Moise Dan explained the saga to Voice of Tapeta's Othello Zambo.
Yesterday, that one came to Samuel. Did I ask Samuel? He said, Samuel, I came for my money. What do you discuss about it? Samuel tell him, say yes. Your money, my woman, I go on it. How much is the money? 135. My woman, yes. My woman on it. Your 135, yes. For 3 weeks, my woman can't. My woman can't. Your money is yes. Did I say no? You want your money now? After talking the money business, he started Samuel man. The time when he started Samuel man, Samuel did that call him man. After he lost control of Samuel to Dada Joseph, he came for the money. I think he will insult the man. He said I would insult the man. Who he is? He said again before man. I had a poor man. I had intended to my brother, and I want to make confession with you. Yeah, in my brother, and I want to make confession with you. Now I get angry and he took the stick. Now he will get on his stomach. After he nagged with the stick on his stomach, Dr. Joe will call him. They hold the stick for him. After you finish holding the stick for him, they check the stick for the ball. He nagged on his leg. That one took the stick on the ball. He nagged on the man leg. For the time he on his stomach, he was not to himself. He was keeping fast. He was not to himself. He was not in a function of, fight. So there was no way for him. I was putting water on okay, that. How many persons were to the village at the time when the incident occurred? I tell people when I around, we were only 3. We were only 4. That Samuel, Moise, and Dada Joe. And the other people, they were in a shop. I don't know how many people were in the shop. Was there any understanding between the dealer and the family before? No. When I would have been there, it's on before Modobo to Samuel, and 1,500 less on Samuel.
Indeed, Moise Dan is an eyewitness explaining how the 38-year-old man was killed by his friend in Tapeta, Nema County. From Nema, we go to Bombing, where that county's Sinji district lawmaker Edwin Snow has promised to direct his campaign musical ambassador to court for alleged character defamation. Snow was alleged to have attempted sodomizing his mid-20s campaign music ambassador during a party held July 26 at his Pullman farm residence in Tottenberg. The allegation was leveled via the social media against the St. J. district lawmaker following Dominic Mark Johnson alias MDJ Plus J late night interactions with the representative, where the musician indicated Snow requested to have sexual intercourse with him that night, but Representative Snow has vowed to set precedents on his against his campaign ambassador, terming the others embarrassing and regrettable, while rejecting any link to gay activities in the country.
And let me make one clarification. During your interview, I heard you talking about Senator Samuel Johnson. When I was told that Senator Johnson called on Red Power FM station, whatever it is, I called him, and he told me it's not true. He denied it, that it was an old clip that was played from the campaign on Red Power, and I believe him. So let me just make this point clear. I don't think Senator Johnson has anything to do with it. Mr. Dominic Johnson, or whatever his name is responsible for his action, and it will not be. Should not sit here and link someone to something that I have no proof.
What do you believe, that there are big hands or somebody behind his allegation?
I believe that Dominic tapped his own thing and posted his own action. So there are big hands, he can call it big hands. But I don't do those kind of things. I don't go around fishing for what I don't have evidence for.
With the entire
person who did it,
coming to beg you, entire senior district come to beg you.
They can beg the court, but I will take this matter to court. Monday morning, you will see me in the court with my lawyer. I'll take it.
Bombing lawmaker Edwin Mervyn Snow. Following police preliminary investigation Friday, Dominic Johnson, who pleaded for mercy, expressed regrets over his action, terming it as a lie he formulated to entrap the lawmaker. The musician claimed he was under the influence of alcohol and was also angry over Snow's failure to pay him a $75,000 Liberian dollars and $300 US against his music and video productions for the campaign. The musician persists having close conversations with Representative Snow that night. They admitted there was no such discussion as published on his social media page.
It was a lie.
Who lied?
I went to him the hour of 12:53, 3 minutes to 1, and I sat with him, offered me drinks. After drinking, then I said I want to talk to him. He said he don't want to talk to me at that hour. I should come the next morning. But at that time, I was toxicated. I want to eat food with alcohol. So I started approaching him aggressively, disrespectfully. At the end of the day, he asked me out. On my way leaving, I tried putting 4 stories. So I know I can fight my own self.
No, you wanted to talk with him at that night. What was the actual intent?
I wanted to tell him because I was a campaign musical ambassador, and because becoming the campaign musical ambassador, we went through a competition. And I came first and said I called the radio. He said a token was to be given to the person who will win the competition.
Okay.
And after then, was he specific of the amount given you?
How much?
Very but if I'm making a selling free, said $75,000. He said
$75,000 what?
If I'm making a selling fee, Liberian dollars. He said it. And I have 2 things I went for.
Okay.
One was that morning. 2, a day of video for him. And he asked me for the video. I told him $300. And then he gave me $150. He made $150. Also, probably $75,000. Okay, let me take it back. Prior to your arrival at the farm, was he the one who actually invited you that night? No, the driver. The driver enthused me, or encouraged me to go there that night. Did he say to you that Mr. Snow sent for you? No.
Dominic Johnson via pleading for mercy after he admitted of lying against Representative Edwin Mervyn Snow of Bombing County. At the same time, Bombing Police Commander Augustine Ali said Dominic Mark Johnson has been charged with criminal malevolence and criminal coercion. Ali cautioned the public against statements that have the propensity to defame the character of any Liberian, especially public officials.
So far, we have gotten clue. That the suspect may have fabricated, whatsoever he's saying on the email. That is what we have gathered so far. But we are still gathering other evidence to make sure that our case file can be completed for Monday.
Now, when the suspect have agreed, what charges you left against him?
Yeah, you see, there are 2 charges. honor our law, a government official, be it a minister, be it a representative. When you make comments that tend to implicate him in criminality or make him to be that he is involved in criminal act, that's criminal malevolence. And there's another charge that we call criminal coercion. That is when you say things about an official of government that tend to involve him or connect him to criminal activity, which of course is not true.
Bombay County Police Commander Augustine Ali via speaking to journalists at the weekend. The case is expected to be forwarded to court today, while musician Dominic Mark Jones remains in police cells in Tottenburg, Bombay County. The management of the JFK Medical Center has termed as regrettable and unfounded rumors being circulated in the public, suggesting there is a confirmed Ebola patient admitted at the hospital. The management in a release notes that the news is false and is only intended to instill fear and distrust in the institution. At the same time, a reporter, Yanti Togba, spoke to Amara Kwadu Mohammed Kamara, will explain further on this particular development.
We just term this as irresponsible, regrettable, terrible, unfounded rumors being circulated in the public and on Facebook, alleging that there is suspected or confirmed Ebola case of patient admitted at the JFK Medical Center. This indeed, like we said to our public, is fake news intended to instill fear and distrust in our facilities. And the JFK is incredibly saddened by such damaging propaganda towards the healthcare clinical center. Look, the JFK remains unhindered and irresistible in our quest to provide comprehensive healthcare system to our people. Absolutely, there is zero case of Ebola, meaning there is absolutely no case or confirmed, neither suspected case of Ebola. What we have at the JFK is to make sure that all of our patients that are admitted on our wards, whatever the outpatient department, to provide comprehensive care to our people so that they can resuscitate their health and move on with normal activities.
Amara Kwadu Muhammad Kamara is the communications specialist at the John F. Kennedy Medical Center, VA in Monrovia. Grand Bassa County Superintendent Janje Bagbe has threatened the arrest of marketers that will be caught selling along the streets of Buchanan City. The statement by Superintendent Bagbe comes as a result of complaints made by the Grand Bassa Marketing Association Superintendent Jide Tatos that several business people have refused to sell in the various market buildings, but rather on the main streets. Madam Cedar Tatos said the refusal of marketers to sell in the various market buildings is creating embarrassment for the other business people, stating that only few marketers are found in various market buildings. Here now is Grand Bassa County Superintendent Janje Bagbe. Superintendent Bagbe speaking at an official launch of the We Are for Clean City campaign in Buchanan, Grand Bassa during the weekend, warned those doing business on the streets to desist or risk being arrested. Our correspondent in Grand Bassa is 6 people in his, and he has the rest of this development.
As you may be aware, yesterday was the official launch ceremony of the We Have a Clean City campaign in Buchanan City, where the superintendent of Grand Bassa County, Honorable Janje Bagbe, under the city mayor, Honorable Moses Hayes, to immediately post stop to marketers steady along the road in Buchanan City, meaning in the street. Because I was there, since he took over as superintendent of Grand Bassa County, I was there, that many of the market places are emptied and the marketers are not making use of the market buildings in the county, but rather they are going in the streets to sell. So starting from Monday, immediate Monday, they should post stop to marketers steady along the streets in the city of Buchanan. Even the market superintendent, the Labor Marketing Association Bassa branch, City Tatos, also disclosed that the markets in the county, people are not making use of the market building. We are there and they continue to compete in the market building. But people in the markets are empty and they are all along the street selling. So the superintendent told the city mayor yesterday according to Monday, no marketer should sell along the city, meaning along the street in the city of Buchanan. Monsieur Tato was the first person who raised that issue a few weeks back on an interview concerning marketers selling along the street in Buchanan City. And so also, my children, we have asked the marketers to go on the market during the Zuka market, on Thomas Street, like the Taba market, like the Pella market are all empty. On a daily basis, if you go there, you know that markets are all empty. But if you enter the streets of Buchanan, most especially on Thomas, you'll get the marketers will come on along the streets, they will be selling there. So you also raised that issue before the superintendent of Grand Bassa County, Judge Bakwe, who also is supposed to the city mayor on both the news, that he was possible to see how well they can keep the city of Buchanan clean.
He is our Grand Bassa County correspondent. Sick people in this VA on the line with Augustine Bill Colley. Former Moswater County senatorial candidate Sheikh Kuyate has stressed the need for coordination and collaboration among young Liberians in moving the country forward. Sheikh Kuyate, who now serves as chairman on resource mobilization for State 55 and young people, must now wake up and try to be supportive towards the future of Liberia.
Brothers and sisters, let me remind you that as long as you step down and say, let them do their own thing, Liberia will never move forward. As long as you forget yourself and say, we are still young people. In Zimbabwe today, the opposition leader is at age 40. But in Liberia, people at age 40 are youth. They are still seeing themselves as young people. When you go to Austria, Austria has a 32 years old man as a president. When you go to France, France has a 39 years old man as a president. And when you go to Croatia, they have one very beautiful young lady as a president. But they are there helping the people. But we are here saying that we are still young people. When do we grow? When we are at age 40, 50. I remember during the election, somebody referring to our president as a youthful president. And I was asking myself, so if our Sheikh Ali Mustafa Kuyate becomes at age 50, would I still become young man? What are we doing to ourselves? And let me also remind you that our time today is not a time for bullets. This is not a time for guns. But we shall use our pen and paper. We shall use our pencils. We shall use what we learn, even though those things that we learn our own history for those who do not know about us.
The former Moswater County senatorial candidate Sheikh Kuyate VA speaking. The First Lady Claire Weah has pledged to ensure the upliftment of disadvantaged people in the country in her capacity as First Lady. First Lady Weah promised to restore the dignity of the hopeless who are seen to be languishing in abject poverty. Speaking recently in a live telephone program in New York, the Liberian First Lady said it was frustrating for many Liberians to be begging in the streets as a result of the civil crisis that led them to such condition.
What do I hope to accomplish? That's a good question. Liberia has many challenges. We have the kids in the orphanages who are living in deplorable conditions. We have the elderly who are not being taken care of. We have the young women in the streets who are, some of them are hooked on drugs, and we have to try and implement ways of getting them off the street. We have so many issues in Liberia. So my goal, let me just take you back for a minute. I was always helping young kids here in New York and back in my home country, Jamaica. And 5 years ago, I believe it was in 2003, I put on my social media site, I want to bless as many children as God has blessed me. And I just put that on my social media because I see the work that I wanted to do, but I didn't know actually that I was going to be given this platform to bless as many children or as many people as God has blessed me.
First Lady Claire Weah speaking. Let's then go on our Facebook page, OKFM Liberia, to bring you some comments that you left there last evening. OKFM is quite frustrating and disheartening for people to send out falsehood, especially when it has the propensity to instill fear in the public. Our experience with the Delhi Ebola virus was not an ordinary encounter. I'm hereby calling on those spreading misleading information to desist with immediate effect. Let me also inform all Liberians to start their regular precautionary measures as it relates to other issues. Let the alleged murderer be dealt with in accordance with the law. It's a very long piece, so we end it right there. And it comes from George Xavier Nangbe. Vafi GM Dukley now rise. My attention has been drawn to the unorthodox action of the CDC government to deploy thugs and street hooligans on the main campus of the University of Liberia. Some guys have been on our campus since Friday early morning for no reason, academic reason, but only to hunt supists. This is completely unfair and unacceptable for our democracy. We hope the international community, civil society groups, religious councils, and the media are following. James Napla Poksot Falai. Good morning, OKFM. OKFM, Ebola will never see the country again. OKFM, why are some of our friends wishing bad luck for Liberia? In all that we do, Liberia remains our own property. As it relates to the happening in Nema County, I recommend that the government takes an immediate action, as doing so would minimize or eliminate the unlawful killings of peaceful citizens. OKFM, the alleged gay practice done by Representative, he was accused of making an attempt on a musician. He's saying it should be investigated. Frankly, this is not good news for us Liberians and Liberia in general. Ambassador Akwe Mbesa Jr. This issue of Ebola started with rumors in Lofa County and it ended up the way we saw it. Prevention is better than a cure. Thanks. Michael Think Positive Banda. Bravo to the management of OKFM for clarifying to the public the panic manufacture and scary Ebola rumors have been widely spread by detractors. I would also like to urge the people of Lofa and the country at large to observe all Ebola safety and preventive measures, as the Ebola epidemic episode in 2014 started by rumors. Meanwhile, it is often said in Liberia there is no justice for the poor, but on the other hand, injustice to one is justice to all. We will closely monitor the case between Representative Snow and the musicians as to whether cash violence will service or justice will prevail. You've heard him himself. He said he lied on the lawmaker. Randa Julius Maliman Kemonkai. Good morning, OKFM. From the reserve, from the Go Reserve Reach of. This is not necessary. It takes some. OKFM, on the matter surrounding Representative Snow and his musician, I'm asking the Liberia National Police Bombing County Detachment of the police to speedily investigate this, because it has to do with the characters of both of them. So let's put politics aside from it and investigate. If someone is supporting or not, we will get to know. Thanks ever so much. Let's bring you this development. Deputy House Speaker Prince Moe has called for unity and togetherness among journalists assigned at the National Legislature. Deputy Speaker Moe said journalists must speak with one voice as a medium where Liberians are fully abreast of happening at the National Legislature. He made a comment in Buchanan Grand Bassa County during a retreat organized by legislative reporters.
We also want to say to you here that we're really supportive, but you have to put your house in order a little bit. And I want to join the president of the Press Union of Liberia to echo this. If you start to undermine your very selves, it will go a long way in diminishing the morale, the prestige, even the reporting process of this unique.
The Deputy House Speaker Prince Moye, for his part, later spoke President Musa Khan and said that 2 days retreat was intended to acquaint reporters assigned to the Liberian legislature of basic effective legislative news gathering with emphasis on skills and techniques.
This program is so important to us because it's key to our performances in our work at the legislature. Recently, I was in Ghana at the symposium of the West African Parliamentary Press Club, and we all agree that there will be no better parliament without better reports.
Musa Khan is president of Leches Pouvier. Let's bring this last local development, and of course we go for the regional and foreign news. A prominent Liberian citizen has cautioned officers of the Executive Protection Service (EPS) against unethical values and uphold professionalism. Robert Miller recounted a pivotal role of the EPS in the maintenance of Liberia's peace, evidenced by the provision of security to the presidency and other local, including foreign dignitaries.
The Executive Protection Service has an important role in Liberia's democracy, of course, together with other members of the security agencies, the Armed Forces of Liberia, the Liberian National Police, the Liberian Immigration Service, and all other security institutions of Liberia. The EPS contribute enormously to the maintenance of a peaceful and stable Liberia. This contribution to prosper Liberia's democracy and stability, which is needed for Liberians to prosper, is made possible through your protection of the presidency, through your protection of all VIPs, and through your protection of the diplomatic community.
Robert Miller spoke during the weekend when 40 personnel of the EPS graduated from the Ministry of Defense training implemented by the Armed Forces of Liberia at the Camp Sandit Barracks in Carisburg. At this time, we rejoin Augustine Bill Collywis back this time to bring you foreign developments.
Venezuelan President Nicolas Maduro says the perpetrators of what he says was an assassination attempt against him will face maximum punishment. He was speaking at a military event in Carrasco when the alleged attack involving explosive drones occurred. He has blamed Colombia for the incident but provided no evidence. Colombia said the accusation was baseless. The government has also pointed fingers at the opposition, prompting fears of a new crackdown. Many opposition leaders have already left the country, citing government harassment, and there are reports to be more than 200 political prisoners in the country's jail. At least 22 people have died after a powerful earthquake hit the Indonesian island of Lombok, officials say. The 7-magnitude quake damaged buildings and trickled power cuts. More than 50 people were also injured. On the neighboring island of Bali, video footage show people running from their homes screaming. It comes a week after another quake hit Lombok, a popular tourist site for its beaches and hiking trails, killing at least 16 people. South Sudan's government has reached a powerful sharing agreement with the country's rebel group. President Salva Kiir and rebel leader Riek Machar signed the deal in neighboring Sudan. The deal, which will see Mr. Machar return to power as one of 5 vice presidents, is aimed at ending the 5-year civil war which has killed tens of thousands and displaced millions. Previous attempts to find a peaceful solution have failed. Mr. Kiir said on Friday he was more confident that the current deal would work because it had not been forced on us unlike previously. South Sudan became independent in 2011. It has been wrecked by civil war which has seen ethnic cleansing and numerous atrocities since 2013. Those were the foreign news.
Those regional and foreign developments bring us to the end of today's presentation of news. Network OKFM and 99.5. Many thanks for listening, and thanks also for watching. Before we go, here are the top stories we followed in today's presentation of the program. GFK management terms as fake news. Rumors circulating in the public suggesting there is a confirmed Ebola patient admitted at a GFK hospital. Representative Snow threatens court action against a man who recently accused him of attempted sodomy. Says he's not a gay. Reports say a 38-year-old man has killed his friend in Tapeta, Nema County. And away from Liberia, at least 22 people have died after a powerful earthquake hit the Indonesian island of Lombok. As Venezuelan President Nicolas Maduro says, the perpetrators of what he says was an assassination attempt against him will face maximum punishment. Augustine Bill Colley was here with the news bulletin and also brought us regional and foreign developments. Erin put inside the controls and handle the technical aspect of this presentation. Thanks to Truth FM Encyclopedia Nema County for relaying this broadcast, as well as the Voice of Hope in Plibo, Maryland County, for also carrying us live. My name is Trokon Freeman. Thanks for listening. Next at 7 o'clock is the Morning Rush.